Alright friends, I'm here recording one more video. I'll read something tonight. It's not here. For all, I'm not making videos. I looks like anymore that I gave up, but in fact, I'm recovering from my health life. Anyway, today we'd like to talk about why we love repetition music. So pay attention, guys. It's pretty fascinating that text. How many times does the chorus repeat in your favorite song? And take a moment to think how many times have you listened to it. Chances are you've heard that chorus repeated dozens, if not hundreds of times. And it is not just popular song in the West that repeat it a lot. Repetition is a feature that music from cultures around the world stands to share. So, why does music rely so heavily on repetition? One part of the answer comes from what psychologists call the mere exposure effect. In short, people tend to prefer things they've been exposed to before. For example, a song comes on the radio that we don't particularly like, but then we hear the song at the grocery store and the movie theater and on the street corner. Oh. So we are tapping to the beat, sing the words, even downloading the track. This mere exposure effect doesn't just work for songs. It also works for everything from shapes to Super Bowl ads. So what makes repetition so uniquely prevalent in music? To investigate, psychologists asked people to listen to musical compositions that avoided exact repetition. They heard excerpts from this piece in either the original form or in a version that had been digitally altered to include repetition. Although the original versions had been composed by some of the most respected 20th century composers, and the repetitive versions had been assembled by brute force audio editing, people rated the repetitive versions as more enjoyable, more interesting, and more likely to have been composed by a human artist. Musical repetition is deeply compelling. Think about the Muppets classic Mana Mana. If you've heard it before, it is almost impossible after singing Mana Mana not to respond do 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 do, something like that. Do 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 do, something like that. Repetition connects each bit of music irresistibly to the next bit of music that follows it. So when you hear a few notes, you already imagine what's come next. Your mind is unconsciously singing along, and without noticing, you might start humming out loud. Recent studies have shown that when people hear a segment of music repeated, they are more likely to move it or tap along to it. Repetition invites us into music as imagined participants rather than passive listeners. Research has also shown that listeners shifted their attention across musical repetition, focusing on different aspects of the sound on each new listen. You might notice the melody of phrases the first time, but when it is repeated, your attention shifts to how the guitarist bends and pitch. Alright, let me stop a little bit here. Today I was I was reading. Right, I love, it's important to record yourself, right? I was reading text why we love repetition music. But listen to my instruction, guys. When you read something, read it with your heart, with your emotions. Try to feel the message that the text is transmitting, right? See you guys. Please subscribe to my channel. See you in the next video.